Hello everyone, it's Attacker Submitted 2 here, and for today, the newest trailer for the upcoming Super Mario Bros. Movie has been released by Illuminations and Nintendo. And I must say, there was a lot of things to process during what happened to that trailer. It took me at least a couple of days to think of what exactly happened, and I had to look by it frame by frame, because in this video, I've never done this before. Well, I did once a while back, but I'm going to be doing a breakdown and analysis video going through the entirety of the Mario Bros. Movie trailer. And like I said, I don't really usually do these so often, because the last time I did that was 2019, and it was covering Luigi's Mansion 3, and that was really about it. And I haven't come back to it since, but I really wanted to try this out to really, voice my opinions out, show off some things that you may have not noticed in the trailer. So in this video, part of the analysis, the first one is going to be talking about the characters that will be appearing in this movie, with the first few talking about the characters that were shown off from the teaser back in October, and then the last few characters are going to be newer ones that we have not seen before and are revealed from this new trailer. And not only that, after the trailer came out, there was a lot of posters specifically for the main 6 characters that we see, so I'm going to be going through over those as well. And then the last half would be me going through the entirety of the Mario Bros. Movie trailer analysis and breakdown, going through each clip frame by frame, and also doing a bit of some, spotted some Easter eggs, and maybe talk about some lore within this new, I guess I like to call Mario Cinematic Universe. It's not going to be like a Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe or anything, or leading up to whatever huge crossover it is. This is mostly just specifically for the Mario Brothers universe, to be exact. So I hope you all enjoyed this. This could be a very long video as I expect. So just grab a snack, maybe get a drink, and let's get started with the analysis of the Mario Brothers movie. So first off, and also our very first poster that was posted by the official Mario Twitter account, is none other than the main character himself, Luigi. No, I'm joking, it's Mario. So Mario, he is played by none other than Chris Pratt. And yeah, I know, I am aware about what's been going on with the whole voice situation. Ever since Chris Pratt was announced as the voice of Mario last year, there's been many riots. And then the teaser came out, we only heard at least a couple of new lines from Mario, played by Chris Pratt, and it was only a couple 2 lines, but yet the fans overreacted a lot about it, and I don't really think it's necessary. All I can say is that Mario doesn't really sound that bad. And then the latest trailer came out, and we get to hear way more of him. Now, here's my thing about it. It does sound a little better than the teaser, but it definitely does need some improvement, especially from the fact that it kind of doesn't sound too exciting. There were some moments where where Chris Pratt voices Mario in like an excited manner, and then whenever he either screams or something like that. But whenever he talks, whenever there's some moments where he talks, it just kind of sounds a little less energetic and all. So maybe when we hear some more in the future, we could really see a lot more of Mario. But overall, I don't mind Chris Pratt's voice, and I've seen many say hating on it, which I don't think that's necessary. One voice isn't really going to ruin the movie. Yeah, sure, it may sound off, but isn't Mario technically Italian Brooklyn? I guess there is a reason why we don't really hear Mario talk that much, and there were some media of Mario where he does talk specifically. More notably in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, which I did hear this movie is going to be referencing, which is great. So another thing is the role of his movie. We see him as like a regular plumber that was taking place in Brooklyn, judging by the latest leak and posters we saw before the trailer. And from what I've seen, many not only complained about his voice, but also the role and personality of him being a clumsy character instead of the happy-go-lucky plumber that we know, which I can sort of get. But at the same time, it isn't this movie's plot supposed to be, Mario and Luigi's origin story on how they managed to save the Mushroom Kingdom together, and especially, the role of what he is. Yeah, sure, he may be clumsy, but this is his first adventure. Of course he's gonna have some mistakes along the way. So I don't really get it at all why many think that his role or character seems off and all. But look, when the movie comes out, I'll be sure that Mario will try try his best to, do his role. And Chris Pratt hates, I think it's best to say that he's just doing his job. Yeah, it sounds a little less energetic. It really needs some improvement, but I don't think the hate is really necessary. So sorry about this long tangent on Mario. I just had to let it all out. But yeah, Mario's role so far, I do like. I don't mind the voice at all. And next up is his brother, Luigi. So, the poster here, I really like him, holding the flashlight. It definitely gives me the vibe of Luigi's Mansion 3, where he holds the flashlight in his hand in the box cover. And from the looks of the background, you can also see the dry bones that was shown off in the teaser. And yeah, it pretty much seems that I was right. Luigi was running away by dry bones, and he's all alone, and Mario's nowhere to be found. And it seems from what we saw from the newest trailer, it just seems that, Luigi's now having his own B story, and that's really about it. Also, you may have noticed this giant hot air balloon. Don't worry, that is supposed to be there for a good reason, because there was a recent new clips showing off, TV commercials, and one of them showed this exact hot air balloon where Luigi gets captured. Yep, that's right, Luigi gets captured in this movie. I did stated that this was going to be a B story for Luigi, and now it shows. Now, with him holding the flashlight, does that mean the booze will appear? I mean, given that he went inside a castle from the teaser, I wouldn't be surprised if this is gonna be like a Luigi's Mansion situation. And not only that, he's also voiced by Charlie Day. And I've stated this before, and I'll say it again, Charlie Day's Luigi was the best role that they could ever give for Luigi. Because Charlie Day has before played a few characters that is known to be kind of, paranoid. One of those characters I could think of was that one character from It Was Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then there's also Benny from the Lego Movie. It's a coincidence that Chris Pratt also appears in there, which he plays Emmett, and then Charlie Day plays Benny. It's kind of funny to say the least, but overall, Luigi's role, I'm very interested to see how he even got in this situation to begin with. And secondly, like I said, Charlie Day plays the perfect Luigi. Next up is this poster of Bowser, and I must say, Bowser's poster is literally fire, and it is amazing. You cannot deny that Bowser has become way more great for a long time now. He's not that he was always bad, he's always been great to begin with, to be honest. And for Bowser's role, we know he's the main villain, and obviously he's voiced by Jack Black, which we must, and because, Jack Black is known for playing characters like Po from Kung Fu Panda and all, so him playing as a giant turtle in a more menacing yet goofy manner, it definitely is a perfect role for him. And despite Bowser having a comedic side in some Mario media, he is known to be very intimidating and menacing, and I can't wait to see how he performs in this movie. I assure you that Bowser is gonna carry the entire movie. I bet you that. Next up is this character, which I don't really like in general. Yeah, I know me saying that is not gonna, make the fans happy, but I don't like Toad, but I do want to say that Toad is an interesting character from his role, because given how he appears more often and now he goes on alongside Peach and Mario as well, it makes me think that this is going to be like a character arc for him where he becomes Captain Toad in a way. Because I'm not sure how Captain Toad became a captain to begin with, so I'm really curious if this Toad is just going to be the Captain Toad we know. And another thing is that he's voiced by the comedian Keegan-Michael Key, and from the looks of the poster here, he's in a field of many fire flowers with Mario and Peach in the background, which we saw a glimpse of from the trailer. And you know what? I can't wait to see how his comedy goes. Miyamoto stated that his comedy is very good, and as Keegan-Michael Key stated, he's gonna have a bit of a singing voice, so I'm very curious to hear how that goes. So even though I don't like Toad in general, I do want to say that I'm very excited to see how his comedic jokes can be. And these are all the characters that was shown off from the teaser, and now for the rest of it is going to be newer characters that was shown from the latest one. First off, Princess Peach herself, voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy. So, design-wise, Peach's design is really accurate from the original game. Now, the dress she has is very more detailed, and especially her golden crown, which I never noticed how detailed that is. And as we saw from some promotional material, Peach's hair color has been kind of toned down from, the simple yellow, like golden yellow, to more very golden yellow now. And another thing is voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy. I don't really know much about the actress, sadly, so you're gonna have to let me know in the comments down below. But she doesn't sound that bad. She sounds like, really, a leader to the Mushroom Kingdom, which she is supposed to be. Which kind of makes me forget her role in this movie. Now, just like the Chris Pratt situation and Mario's clumsiness in there are some fans that are very bothered from Peach's role in the movie. Some say that her personality and role is very out of character. Why is she and some are surprised that she has an interesting personality and all. I'm gonna say this right now, is that those things are not true. Role-wise, first of all, what do you want Peach to do in the entire movie? What, just get kidnapped and sit around? That's really about it? What, she has a kingdom to run, and not only that, she kind of serves as like a mentor to Mario, as we saw from the trailer. She's not just gonna sit around and just let her kingdom crumble apart and all. And another thing is that some are surprised that she has a personality and all, which I don't think they've played other games before, because there are some Mario media where she is shown to be more capable than just being a damsel in distress. Like, one of the biggest examples I could think of are Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Sparks of Hope, Mario 3D World, Mario Bros. 2, the one that released in the West, not the Japan version. There's also Mario Brothers, I think it was all the Mario Bros. Super Show and Mario Bros. World and the Super Mario World Show as well. There's even Mario Strikers as well. And the most notable part where she shows her capable side was in Super Princess Peach, which was her first and only role. And last but not least, the 1990s comic Super Mario Adventures, which I actually own, where she's shown to be able to kick butt to the Koopalings. And I find it absolutely great to see that from Peach. And while I'm not a fan of the character at all as well, I don't really hate her. She's just not my favorite character out of all of them. I must say that Peach's role in this movie is definitely great to see, and we get to see more of her capable side. Plus, can we just not talk about how badass she wielded that halberd while wearing the biker outfit from Mario Kart? That was one of the best things I've seen in, a Mario game, a Mario media in a long time. I did not expect her to wield an axe or a halberd, whatever you want to call it, at all, so I'm excited to see what else she has to offer in this movie. Up next is a character that I know many were anticipating since the announcement of Seth Rogen's role in the movie, playing as the king of the jungle, Donkey Kong himself. Now, Donkey Kong's design, as Miyamoto stated, has gotten a brand new redesign since the 1990s game of Donkey Kong Country, and by the looks of it, it kind of gives out the mixture of his designs from the modern one, which we know today, and his design from 1994 Donkey Kong, which is stated to be the best Mario vs. Donkey Kong game to this very day, which I really like, and I'm very curious to see what his role could be, because from the trailer we do get to see him fighting Mario for whatever reason and all, but but keep in mind, throughout the entire video, I do want to mention that there are other Kongs that will be appearing in this movie, whether voice or as a minor background or just cameos in general, because from this poster specifically, in the back of it you see a giant Colosseum, but if you look at the bottom right hand corner, you see 3 specific characters. Those 3 being Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and last but not least, surprisingly enough, Swanky Kong. Yep, that's right, Swanky Kong. I have no idea that he was in this movie, and the last time he appeared in was, I assume, Donkey Kong Country 3 back in the 90s, and he has not been seen since. And I cannot believe an obscure character like Swanky Kong could come back, yet I don't see Chunky Kong or Lanky Kong, but hey, maybe they could appear in the movie after all. But yeah, it's surprising to see these 3 characters. Well, Dixie Kong, Diddy Kong, I do understand, but for Swanky Kong, yeah, totally unexpected. And another character that was actually shown as part of the main cast from the announcement last year was Cranky Kong. Cranky Kong's design, I did not expect him to look like this. Usually whenever I see Cranky Kong, he's usually the old mentor type to Donkey Kong himself. But now seeing Cranky Kong as sort of like god or something like that is really interesting, to say the least. Another thing to mention, and something I've been questioning, is that I wonder if Cranky Kong is like the original Donkey Kong that appears in this movie, because since maybe this could be just like some lore wise or whatever. I will discuss it later on when we get to the analysis part. But yeah, Cranky Kong, he's going to be played by Fred Armisen. If I pronounced the last name wrong, then I apologize. But I guess he's just going to be, the sort of spectator and all from what we've seen. And those are not the only Kongs that appears in there, because in the Mario Kart segment, we get to see two specific Kongs right here. Right in the back, many have already noticed Funky Kong, which, oh my goodness, Funky Kong is in this movie. And not only that, just like Swanky Kong, we also got another character revived from the background, and that is Kiddy Kong, who has not appeared since Donkey Kong Country 3, where Dixie Kong played a role to save Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong with her cousin Kiddy Kong. So the fact that that two obscure characters, Swanky Kong and Kiddy Kong, managed to come back is absolutely incredible, and it shows that really they wanted to represent Donkey Kong more. It's ironic how this movie represents more Donkey Kong content than the games we've been getting for the past 10 years and all. No, I'm not counting Tropical Freeze on the Switch. I mean like a new Donkey Kong game. Overall, it's great to see the Kongs now getting more roles in this time. And last but not least, the character I want to talk about before we head into the analysis part is Yoshi himself. Yep, the Yoshis are hidden here, and I assure you, I hope they are voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. Nah, I'm joking, but here we can see different colored Yoshis. So far, what we see here, we got the yellow Yoshi, the pink Yoshi, the black Yoshi, the red Yoshi, and the sky blue Yoshi. I don't know where the main green one is. I assure you that he may have a role in this movie, but my question is, where are we right now? I assume this is Yoshi's Island, right? But it's really never specified on why this is here. Maybe when Mario meets Yoshi, maybe Yoshi will come along? Who knows? But yeah, these are all of the characters that appears in this movie and from the trailer. Now we get to the big part, being the huge analysis that I'll have to go through. Alrighty, first part from this trailer, we get to see Mario going through this Coliseum, where at first when I saw this, I thought they were human characters, but no, they are apparently just Kongs cheering for Mario for some reason. And that's the one thing that confuses me. The voice clips are cheering for Mario, yet these are the Kongs that are cheering for him. My question is this supposed to be safe for like the climatic scene of the end of the movie? Because there's just no way the Kongs would be cheering for him unless Mario did something miraculous that basically impressed the Kongs. And from the looks of it, he himself is fighting against Donkey Kong, and this is where Chris Pratt gave out his first ever line, "Let's go," of Mario. And as many like to stated, it didn't really sound that great. I mean, yeah, I guess it doesn't sound bad. But like I said, I don't mind Chris Pratt's voice at all. And from the looks of it, Peach and Toad are going to be like the spectators along with Cranky Kong. But also, there was also this here. They are on a platformer that is very identical to the original Donkey Kong arcade games from the 1980s, which I do appreciate the homage to it. And there's also this shot where Mario looks like he's doing his aerial from Smash Brothers, which, I don't think we should be surprised at all when we see Mario fight. Obviously, he's gonna do some parts that'll be, represented Smash Brothers, but then DK decides to kick his ass anyway. So, yeah, I do find that funny, and after all, next we get to see some parts where Luigi himself does get captured by Bowser. It is unknown how exactly, but I did say that he managed to get captured after, running in through the forest where dry bones exists and all. I question how Luigi even got to the forest to begin with. And another thing to mention is that I wonder if he's just gonna stay in the castle the entire time, because him being captured in this movie really reminds me of the time he got captured in Mario Bros. In Mario Land 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS, where you can get Luigi in the post game. But yeah, overall, also not gonna lie, that pose really reminds me of the Ouija. You might remember that. And alright, next frame here, we get to see more minions other than the Koopas we saw from the teaser. So from what I can tell here, we got more, aside from the Koopas, there's also the Shy Guys, the Sniffits, there's the Goombas themselves, the Piranha Plants, Sledge Bros, I never expected Sledge Bros to be here, along with some Paracoopas and Paragoombas, and also Baams. And yeah, that's all I can say about it. Mostly we get to see Bowser interrogating Luigi about who Mario is and all. And not only that, we actually do get to see a brief scene of Mario doing his, I guess this is like Mario's life as a plumber, which really makes sense. But I guess this is like showing off, his life as a plumber before he even got into the Mushroom Kingdom and all, which is pretty cool. And then not only that, as I play, we get to see a brief look at Brooklyn with the Mario Brothers doing a fist bump, which I do appreciate. I've seen many, interpreting that Mario and Luigi always has a bad relationship, when I don't think they understand how siblings work, how sibling relationship works. But yeah, it's very great. We also get to see a bakery. No, that's a grocery store. Never mind. And also some plumbing gear, obviously, plumbers and all, which makes me think, are they going to be having the truck in this movie? Because from the poster, it seems that they're trying to pay homage to them being plumbers and all. And from this, and as we go on, then we get to see this interesting one, which I was very intrigued of, being an entire world map. So aside from the Mushroom Kingdom, we get to see, which right there, I think that's really obviously Bowser's Castle, but damn, there is Yoshi's Island, which, okay, that confirms my suspicions about the Yoshi one. Yeah, Yoshi's Island's gonna take a huge part in this movie, along with Donkey Kong, which shows the Donkey Kong's Island, which shows the temple that I assume where they fought in the Colosseum, and last but not least, this desert area, which I assume has to be Sarasaland because of how desert-like it is. Now, I know Sarasaland is more than just a desert, but I'm not gonna lie, just from the looks of it, I have no idea why this desert is even here to begin with. Maybe they're gonna have a desert moment in there. And then, like I said, with the Peach segment, she herself just wielding a halberd is the most badass thing I've seen from Peach. And Toad is holding a frying pan, which I don't mind. And then there's this cool shot of Peach walking into the castle, which is cool. And then, this next scene here shows Mario and Peach, where Mario is trying to do a training montage. Your typical training moment you see in many media and movies and all. We obviously see Mario struggling with it, with some funny moments as well. Not gonna lie, this whole design itself really reminds me of a Mario Maker creation. I have no idea why. And next up, we get to see this bridge here, which I assume has to be resembling one of the worlds you see in Mario Brothers in the new Super Mario Bros. Games. The ones that many don't really like to see anymore. And yeah, we get to see Mario getting attacked by a Cheep Cheep and all, and get some funny moments. And then another thing, we get to see another brief moment of Mario in the Tanuki suit. I never thought I would see the Tanuki suit in this much detail, just the fur and all. And another thing, we also get to see the field of fire flowers, as I mentioned, along with the appearance of Fire Peach herself. And then there's also the next scene where it's supposed to be resembling one of the worlds in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I did not expect to see that. When then they have that hero moment, there's the Yoshi scene, and then this the castle where Bowser burned down in the teaser. But what I find so interesting is Peach stated that there are other galaxies. So, if we're talking about lore-wise, does this mean other galaxies exist in this universe? And if so, because Brooklyn seems to be like the number one Mario and Luigi is in, and the Mushroom Kingdom is like, I guess, a regular galaxy? So, are we gonna have like a space adventure in like 2 or 3 movies in the future? Because that's the one thing that I'm so interested in and I know many want to see Rosalina in this movie. And then this last shot where Mario and Luigi is, getting sucked inside the portal, and from the looks of it, it makes me think this is how Luigi and Mario got separated to begin with. In the teaser, Mario was the first one to come out, but Luigi was not there with him. And then, like I stated, Luigi is now in a random forest. So, yeah, I guess this whole warp pipe is just how they got separated to begin with. And last but not least, the biggest one I have to mention is the Mario Kart segment, which we also get this here, Chris Pratt's own Wahoo. And yeah, this is the one that many fans are bothered the most by Chris Pratt. Overall, Mario Kart references is something I really like to see, and especially with the reference of Rainbow Road. And overall, that was the entirety of the Mario Bros. Movie trailer. This is my analysis and breakdown of it, which, you know, there's a lot to really expect. Honestly, when I first saw the trailer, the teaser, it looked very promising. But when I saw the official one, yeah, I'm very excited for this movie, even more than expected. It really seems that Nintendo and Illuminations are trying their hardest to make this movie one of the best things they've gotten for Mario in a long time. And besides, we really need that redemption from the 90s version of the Mario movie, which we don't really want to mention at nowadays. But this is my entire video. I hope you all enjoyed this, and what do you all think about it? Do you notice anything else in the trailer, or are you excited for the Mario Bros. Movie even more? And I want to know all your thoughts and opinions down below about this. And so with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, follow my Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember this, once a legend, always a legend. Like a Hellcat.